Slade's car update number. I don't know. I look good today. Go me. Anyways.
People I'm solid with. Edward and Kaylee. People I'm like 75% solid with. Daniel K. I don't know. I really did like Daniel K, but yesterday just kind of blew up. Me, him, and Edward were on a three-way call, and then Edward was talking about how me and Daniel K are just going to use Edward to try to target each other. I have no goal to target Daniel K right now. Down the line, eventually going to have to. Dude's a threat. If no one sees that, then they're stupid. He is one of the most social players I've ever seen. So that's why I don't want to sit next to him, because I feel like I lose. If my goal is to do probably a Final Four of me, Pietro, Kaylee, and Edmo. I feel like I can win with that Final Four. I don't know. Because right now I have an alliance or supposed alliance with me, Kaylee, Edward, Daniel K, and Mitchell. That's 5. Dina wasn't that, but Dina blew up on me, so like bye Dina. And then I have another alliance with me, Daniel K, Rachel, and Kieran. And Kaylee. Sorry, I missed someone. So I'm in 2 5-people alliances. Oh, only people I'm not in an alliance with are Slade and Pietro.
I don't really have a lot of tea today. I've kind of not. Apparently, Daniel K is doing the most. He's messaging everybody under the sun except me. My DMs is crickets. It's trying to. And maybe these people do genuinely know about this 5-person alliance, but it seems like everybody's just trying to fish and throw out names. So he can go home. Bye, Daniel.
Well, here's some tea before I do something with my life. Okay, dog. Me and Karen have talked, and we want to, form some type of, 3-person alliance. I don't know when it'll happen or with who, because we're still trying to figure that out, because we both have, mentioned Slade, and we like him, but he's also been involved in, or, just been, brought up in some random stuff. So I don't really know if I really trust him. It just sucks. This game, bottom line, it's just hard because everyone is super nice and great. And no, that's annoying. And, it's just kind of sad.
Once Josh said that this was a competition involving a script, I was like, this was made for me. I got this on lock. You might as well give me the HOH key right now. And then I'm reading. And I'm reading, and I'm reading, and this thing has more numbers than a damn phone book. How am I supposed to remember all these details? I'm throwing in the towel. I can't remember any of this stuff. At this point, I think there's more people that I don't want to get HOH than I do. Slade would be bad for me. Rachel would be bad for me. Honestly, I don't really know where Colin's head's at. I mean, there's just so many people that I think have other motives in their head, and I'm not privy to those, and those people scare the hell out of me.
What's up, guys? The results are in. Several of you got 13 out of 15 questions right. So, of course, that means it came down to a tiebreaker. Until one of you got 14 out of 15 right. Congratulations, Kieran. Kieran, you have won the head of household.
So, also, Kieran has just won the HOH comp stop. So that has been super nice. She's mentioned that she wants to put up Colin and Edward, and then if one of those get down from the power of veto, then she wants to put up Daniel K, which sucks because I love Daniel.
Life is funny sometimes. So yesterday I was talking to Slade about Pink, the singer. And basically how I feel about this game right now is
related to a Pink song, and I will quote it. "This used to be a fun house, but now it's full of evil clowns." You got Slade, Shane, Kieran, Rachel, and Pietro. Those are your fucking evil clowns. And I'm just tired of the fucking bullshit. I don't want them around anymore. Like, I would rather play with people who I like than these fucking ass clowns who aren't worth a damn in this game. Kieran told me she's gonna put me up, and I don't think that's right. So this is on the record. Before it happens, I already told Colin this, but with Kieran telling me that, oh, you're gonna go up, but you're don't be mad, but you're gonna be safe, means, okay, so you already have the vote, so what I thought was true is actually true. So she's either putting me up next to Colin or Daniel, and if the veto is used, the other one goes up and the other one goes out. It is just so annoying.
Okay, this is a really hard decision. But since I'm HOH, I have to nominate 2 people. It's really nothing personal. I like everyone in this game, so I actually kind of wish I wouldn't have won. But I'm going to be nominating Edward and Colin. I'm sorry, y'all. I really, really do like you guys. Nothing personal.
So, I've been told I'm going to be safe. I'm up against my friend Colin and his beautiful neck beard. It's just garbage. Like, this whole situation is garbage. I feel like she just did some dumb shit because she's a fucking follower, and that's just what it is. Kieran, I like you, but you're just fucking doing Slade's dirty work because he wants Colin gone, and for whatever reason, you agreed with him that I would be the best person to be next to Colin for him to go. Granted, this could all be like a long con and they want Daniel gone, which I would not be surprised either. But, this just sucks. It sucks when you know either you're going or one of your best friends is going.
I literally don't know what to do. Like, am I just that big of a target and I need to go? Like, if that's the case, please tell me. I'd rather that be the case than people, like, straight up lie to me. I've had Daniel K, Dina, and now Shane, all from last round, say that Pietro was saying I was throwing them under the bus. And people are believing it! Like, I don't know. It's frustrating because, like, I'm here to play this game, and if people are believing that when I've been with them the whole game, it's so frustrating. Like, I don't expect Kieran to be with me, whatever. Like, I'd prefer she kept me off the block, but I just want people to play their own game and not play someone else's game. That's what's frustrating to me.
All right, friends, good morning. I'm here with the diary room. Okay, so I won HOH yesterday. It was a trivia comp, kind of, and I've won both trivia comps so far, so keep on coming, Josh. I acknowledge that that's my strong suit. So I literally, like, took notes, so I, like, say everything I want to say because I feel like I always ramble. Okay, so as HOH, my goal, I want Daniel Kennedy gone. I think he is one of the better players in the game. I think he is shady. I think that he plays really hard. I think he's not dumb. He's a very, very smart player. So he's going to do really well if he stays in longer. But there's a couple of things here. So when I won before I won HOH, I thought I did a good job, and I talked to Slade and I said, okay, who do you think? Like, what do you think? And he said he would put up Edward and Colin so that Colin goes home. For some reason, Slade has, like, a thing against Colin. I really don't think Colin, like, after the Dina thing, I think Dina and Daniel and them are all mad at Colin. So I think Colin will like get out on his own. So I don't necessarily think he's that much of a threat, nor do I need to use my HOH on him. And I'm like good with Colin. But ultimately, once I won HOH, I decided I would rather put Colin up and him like win the veto and stay than put Daniel Kennedy up and him win the veto and stay. Because if Daniel Kennedy, if he knew I put him up and he won the veto, like if I put him up and he didn't go home, that would be like the end of my game. So I stuck with Edward and Colin, and literally once I decided this, I went straight to Edward and said, hey, because Edward, he just feels sad about this game, and I just felt bad, and I like him as like a person. And I know he thinks this is like BS, but I went to him and I was like, hey, trust me, you're not gonna go home. Like, I'm sorry, literally nothing personal, and he got upset, of course, but I was like, trust me. And I know he's gonna be mad until he sees it play out, but I'm pretty sure it'll be unanimous, whatever I end up wanting to happen. So I told him that in hopes that when he doesn't go home, he obviously is gonna still be mad at me, but hopefully not enough that he would put me up if he won, you know? So Colin and Edward on the block. I also was talking to Colin, and I was kind of like, I didn't really have a reason. Like, I almost was trying to play it to him as if like, hey, I know you're good at comps, like you have a chance to win POV. Like, I'm sorry, I really didn't know what to do. So hopefully if he stays, he's not like gunning for me. So that's good. But then while all of this is going on, the like 5-person group is kind of quiet because they're all like secure, obviously. I'm a little bit offended because I think Daniel and Kaylee like actually think I'm dumb or just like a bad player, which I just had to like take a breath, allow myself to be frustrated, and then just like not show it in the game, because my first thought of course was to like be really upset and like be like, okay, I'll show them because I am a good player and I do know what I'm doing. But I think they just think that I'm dumb because they're trying a very like excellent strategy, and I commend them for it, because at this point they know if they have any shot towards the end, so they suspect that our group of 5 is working together, but it's not confirmed to them, but they know unless they get one of us to flip to their side, they have no shot. So I guess they picked me, that they think I'm like the most dumb. And they've been trying some really good strategies, but both separately, okay? So Kaylee's messaging me and Daniel's messaging me. Daniel's doing a little bit different, where he's saying like, hey, I've heard your name going around, like I feel like they're using you as like a scapegoat. Like once I go home, you are going to be the next one behind me. Like, I think that if either of us are going to make it to the end, we need to do it together. Like, it's us against them, which is a good strategy. And then Kaylee, on the other hand, is saying like, acting like she has no idea what's going on. Like, she doesn't know what happened with Dina. She feels like she's on the outside. So rather than like doing anything smart, I just like kind of played into it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know either. So Kaylee started spinning it as like, okay, neither of us know what's going on. We have to play together or else they're all gonna come for us. And Kaylee acknowledged that, because back at the beginning of the game, if you remember, I didn't really trust Rachel, and I told Kaylee that. So she acknowledged that again, and she was like, yeah, Rachel's against us. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. Whatever. And then Daniel doing the same stuff. I'm just playing into it like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm stressed. Like, I actually didn't want to win this. Like, I don't know what to do. And he's playing like supportive, like, we'll figure it out, like, don't stress. And then he was like, I'd love to talk to you about the game, just like help you get your head level. And I was like, okay, like that sounds good. Either way. But at this point, I feel really good, because if the noms stay the same and Colin goes home, I think Kaylee and Daniel K think that they have me on their side, which is good, right? Or at least they think that they wouldn't put me up because I'm more likely to be a number for them than any of the other people, which I think is a great thing. And then, okay, also with this, everything that they're doing, I'm making sure to tell Rachel one-on-one, and I didn't like tell her why, but I just want to make sure, because if they're doing it to anyone else, I'm sure they're doing the same stuff to Rachel. So I'm just saying to Rachel, oh my gosh, they're trying this, they're doing this. Do they think I'm dumb? Like, blah, blah, blah. So that hopefully if they're doing it to Rachel, Rachel kind of sees through it and doesn't fall for it, because I don't trust that she wouldn't fall for it. But yeah, so I guess we'll see how POV goes. I purposely didn't try to win because, I mean, ultimately I want Colin to win, and luckily I think he's really competitive and he'll play really hard. Now I'm just trying to decide how I craftfully tell him, or like when I tell him, hey, ultimately I wanted Daniel Kennedy to get out, and I knew the only way was to do it was to backdoor him, and you're the only person who keeps winning comps. So like, I know it was sucky, I'm really sorry, but you were never the target, so that's kind of my plan. Sorry this video was so long. Okay, so I just wasted 30 minutes of my life on a call with Daniel Kennedy. He was working really hard, I commend him, he was doing a good job fighting for his cause. Basically, in the long thing, he was trying to convince me that I came up with the idea that we should save Colin and get out Slade or Shane. Mostly he thinks I should get out Slade. And it's funny because he really was trying to make me think it was my idea that I want Colin to stay. And he was even saying, like, if any of these people win POV, you could even tell them, like, you want to make a big move, like, to take Colin down, and then go for Slade or Shane. So now, I know before I said I hope Colin comes down and I can put Daniel up, but I'm hoping Colin stays up. Colin goes home because I told Daniel, I was like, worst case scenario, what happens if he doesn't come down? He was like, that's fine. And then we just go from there. So I think it would be amazing if Colin went home and then Daniel thinks he like has me in his little palm of his hand. Amazing.
All right, gang, the results are in. This veto decision will be due before 7 o'clock. That is the deadline for this veto. Winning today's Power of Veto. Congratulations. With all the power this week, Kieran, you have won the Power of Veto.
Okay, so hi friends. This is an interesting veto meeting to hold, but since I won Power Veto, I have the power to take a player off the block if I choose. So I am going to choose the power to take Colin off of the block. And then since I'm HOH, I am going to name a replacement nominee. And before I name the nominee, I just want to say I really love everyone in this game. It's been a pleasure playing with you guys. Nothing personal. I've liked getting to know all of you personally. So with that said, my replacement nominee is going to be Daniel.
I'm off the block. I'm off the block. Oh my god, I don't know how. I'm off the block though. Your boy is off the block. I thought I was vamoose. I thought I was gone. But I'm here.
Alright, so I guess I need to film a diary room video. In hindsight, I would have acted a little bit slower and done things completely different. So I tried to throw the veto competition, first of all. So if you saw my last video, I said, like, hopefully Colin stays up, he goes home, and Daniel trusts me. So I tried to throw the veto competition, but apparently these people suck at competitions because I won. And I made the mistake of running and talking to Slade about which maybe it wasn't a mistake, I can come back from anything, I think. But I went and I talked to Slade about the conversation I had with Daniel. Basically said, hey, Daniel, like, thinks that he convinced me to take Colin down and put you up, so what do I do? Do I try to come up with an excuse for Colin to go, or do we just backdoor Daniel? And everyone is like, backdoor Daniel, so we all agreed to backdoor Daniel. But now that I'm thinking about it, so this was a good move for our alliance, but for me personally, it probably would have been a better move to keep Daniel Kennedy in the game, because I don't think he would have put me on the block, because he would have thought that I was in his corner. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm a little disappointed in myself because I have a bad habit of always looking out for people other than myself more than I look out for myself. And if I was thinking selfishly for 3 seconds, I would have kept Daniel Kennedy around just for a few more rounds.
Now is gone and my game is probably done. And I wrote the song because all my allies suck. Made 2 final 2s and 1 no comps, but haven't been on the block. All my allies are getting evicted, and I'm just here like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I hate this game. I hate this game. I love this game, but I hate this game. What is happening to my life? Like, I was so close to winning that HOH, you guys. I tried. And then one of the questions, freaking Matt, I hate you, Matt, for making that comp and making me get 13 out of 15 and not 15, because I would have gotten 15. So, Kieran won HOH, which was not worst case scenario, because I was talking to her beforehand. My strategy, you guys, it's a really good strategy. You have to talk to people the night after the eviction and the morning before the HOH, so then they have you on your mind, and you're talking and you're conversing and you're like, yeah, what are you gonna do if you win, blah 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 blah, and then they don't evict you because you've been talking to them. So I don't know if that's honestly it's been working for me, because it's like round 7 and I haven't been on the block, so I must be doing something right. However, all my allies are on the block again.
I very sadly vote to evict DK.
Okay, this is Daniel's game this week, and I vote evict Daniel.
I vote to evict Daniel K.
One of the hardest votes I've had to do this season, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Daniel K, sorry, vote to evict you.
Vote to evict Daniel. I'm sorry. I love you.
I vote to evict Daniel.
I am so sad to have to say that I am choosing to vote Daniel out. I love you, Daniel, and I can't wait to come see you in Nashville. Bye.
Hey guys, I gotta be quick. See you guys at 10 o'clock for the HOH competition. Unanimous vote. Daniel, get out of here.